Again, welcome to the Graceful Truth podcast.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jay, and we have two visitors with us today. Beautiful young married couple. No one introduce yourself?
I'm Shaniel.
And I'm O'Shane.
All right. And today we are going to be speaking our truths gracefully in regards to life,
With passion.
love,
Gracefully, but with
passion.
passion.
All right. So we're going to talk about love as well, relationships, and our experiences. All right. So stay tuned.
The graceful truth with Nick and Jay. Everything truthful coming your way. Discussing relationships, we know it hard, but we have to do our part. Yeah, Nick and Jay. Yeah, Nick and Jay.
Of the week, we want to hear on the view span something. It never really out there in a like the media, but a lady at work was telling me about this story, and I was like, this is really interesting. I'm have to hold on to it for when me have as guests because I want to hear opinion. Alright, yeah, something like that. Alright, so I'm gonna read one girl's story. Or not just want me giving you synopsis. Read the story.
Read it.
Alright, so Wedding Night Surprise is the title. Wedding Night Surprise. So believe it or not, there are people in this world who are sheltered either deliberately or inadvertently.
Oh, I saw this article.
You saw it?
But read it.
You hear it, Ocean?
No.
Oh. That when confronted with the realities of life, they can't handle it. Much of this sheltering happens in faith circles, especially the fundamentalist circles where purity and chastity hinge on non-exposure to worldly things. And that's all good and well for those who want to keep true in their beliefs. But what happens when one enters an arrangement like marriage, still sheltered and is unprepared for what lies ahead? I was so young, so naive, and 2 days after my wedding day, I had to call my aunt and cry. Everything was just so new, so surprising, so disappointing, and so different from what I had been told to expect, and I just couldn't handle it. She said her now ex-husband, her now ex meaning that she divorced her husband, was someone she knew from childhood and had attended high school and Sunday school with, and they both served various functions at church. So it was him a church goer. He was the drummer, I was the dance teacher. Everybody tagged us as the perfect couple. And pastor even gave us his blessings long before we even thought of our engagement, she said. She had received counseling from the pastor and her aunt, who went into more details about what to expect, but nothing could prepare her from how overwhelmed she felt on her wedding night. I looked at him and I didn't feel anything. First red flag. I was actually a bit grossed out, to be honest, and try
What?
grossed out, yes.
Strong word.
To be honest, and try as I may, I couldn't shake the feeling when I finally could stomach to let him near me the next day.
Strong word again.
It was just so messy that I couldn't believe this was what people were going wild about. She said things.
Sorry.
She said things didn't get better even after the pep talk from her aunt, and she stayed in the marriage miserable with our sex life until the couple parted 2 years later. So apparently they married, them did new to sex, and cause it was them married as virgin, and after the wedding night, she thought it was gross. And because of that, like she never enjoyed the experience or their experience in the bedroom, them end up get a divorce afterwards. Me hear no thoughts on this.
Well, to me, I think she used some strong words like, I can understand, like, wasn't there a connection, even if it wasn't pleasurable at first, because, first time, everything new to the person, to both parties, so My thing say, but me I say, she say when she could have stomach him, like my thing say, should have ready, warm and ready for go, you should have be excited, but instead it was actually the opposite. It sound like somebody where she never really want to do this with.
Yeah, it sound like she never, attracted to him from morning, cause
Yeah.
it's like she say, what she did say? I go back to the something like one.
Them never.
There was no sexual attraction,
Mm-hmm.
no
Yeah.
little love nor anything. So I feel like because the pastor give the blessing, and probably many other people in the church could see them and say, you would be a good couple. So she went ahead with it, and then when she reached in at the box now, she realized that she cannot pull out that easily, and then it end up cause divorce.
Yeah, cause me I say, wasn't there any sexual connection?
It
Urges
not
like
even look like no look love they did there. No look
No.
no anything. They just I don't think so. I think because couple church people just put them together, just see them and say, say
matchmaker
alright, yeah,
probably.
match them and them just take it and run with it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think based on what she has said and the words that she used, because really and truly, I've never heard of somebody who get married use the word gross and all sort of stuff. I know
Stomach when
I
she
know,
could
know that you
finally
have
stomach him.
ladies probably fear to to have sex on the night because it probably hurt, and them here said hurt and a lot more, but them still anticipate and wait to get over that.
Yeah, even for the cuddle, the romance part, the little, the little touch up before the action. Me just as say,
Man
yeah,
just
but
never
it
have
sound-
no muscle, man.
It
No
sound like
six
him man
pack,
did
nothing.
inexperienced too, so probably him never know him I do, and just
But
why
I
the
mean,
experience never the first
But it
experience.
sound like she inexperienced too. So two
Both of
inexperienced
them, yeah.
person, right? All them go know say, yo, alright, this no good, this not that. It's the first time doing it.
yeah, but remember she get advice, she get counsel from family members, so it probably raised the standard of her expectations. Her expectations was high. Like they might go say, oh, when this happen, this a go happen. So she didn't expect all of them fireworks, and no fireworks not make it tush. So I don't know, no fireworks never happen. So she never really enjoyed, and as I say, from our family member them start give her expectations and standards of what she should expect, and then it not happen. It's total failure for she.
I'm wondering to myself what's exactly what she grossed out about, because she didn't say outrightly, I was grossed out because of how we had sex, or I'm wondering is if on the wedding night, what she did think him have him never have. It could have been. I don't know. I'm wondering because she had said she can't stomach him, she grossed out. So it could have been she did expect a better sex. She never get it. Based on her expectations and what people tell
Or
her.
was it the bodily fluids?
It was the interaction, what she expects she never get. And another thing, like it just seemed like she never really in love with him. Like, how can you be on your wedding night and say you're grossed out, the next morning you couldn't stomach him, and you're just overall miserable in your sex life?
Cause not even so like she enjoy the cuddle. That's what I say.
Yeah, she
Cause
said she not, like
even
when
if-
she finally warm up to stomach him.
Just boil it down to just the church. Just say, alright, there'll be two couple, and him just choose it.
And they said that's why
That's how me reach
important to, not just, yes, your faith is important, but I feel like when you're interested in somebody, you should have more conversation outside of faith, who the person is spiritually, because what happens is that when you grow in a church, you can be very sheltered, and that's the whole truth. You can be very sheltered growing in church because the church don't always talk about sex, marriage, dating, courting.
Yeah,
They don't
taboo.
always talk about it. It's like
And-
this taboo topic.
and some churches love to play the matchmaker game
Right,
as well.
right. And then you're just this little virgin girl in a church. Just all you know is Christianity and Jesus. And then the church don't talk about real life situations. So you just end up married to somebody because it's the right thing to do. and then you end up, you don't even know how to navigate marriage. Like, yeah, say, you know you get married because the Bible says so, but I don't even know what to do. I don't even know if I did truly want to get married to you, but it's just the right thing to do. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of that was playing in her game. She just grew up in the church, sheltered, as she said.
She was forced dead.
Never have much experience in terms of them talking to her about certain things like real life situation within the realms of Christianity. And then she just end up saying, yo, the world church I say you match to this a person here, so we didn't know if she did seek God's approval on it. But she just feel like, say, everybody say two of them look good together. All right, we're going to get married. And then she realized on the wedding night, yo, this is not what I wanted.
It's sad.
But she make it far for 2 years, though, even though she the way she described it.
But I think there's something where she could have, where two of them could have worked through, like go therapy or so. Call it
Jay,
quits for that,
how are you going to politely and nicely tell your husband that you don't enjoy the sex?
Real conversations has to be had, because you're not going to just sit down there and not enjoy what you get. If you don't like something, you have to go talk up.
You have to talk, but you have to go, I guess you have to
Or
find a
something
very
make you
graceful way
uncomfortable.
to talk about.
Yeah. And that's why I say probably therapy too.
Yeah, therapy or
'Cause
something
them
like
woulda
that.
have,
Yeah.
more knowledge.
But you see, when we come, because it's such an important part of marriage, if the husband or the wife might feel away in the moment, but the conversation just have. You just have
it's
to
a
have
hard
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
It's funny. The thing is that she never said she never have those conversations with her fiance or a boyfriend at the time. And it's normal for human to have those conversations, as much as how the church don't stretch that topic. I know that when you get together and you say, okay, I'm interested to marry this person, that there are some questions that would raise about sex. And for me, I don't understand how none of those questions raised, or I could be wrong. And also, she went to counseling with more than one person. What is the reason you went to counseling? I think you expect something, right? And you're trying to prevent it from happening. So it means that she did expect to be grossed out. She did know, say, she don't physically or spiritually or emotionally connected with this man.
Why she go to counseling?
Yeah, why she go
No,
to
it's
counseling?
marriage counseling, you know.
Yes, it's marriage counseling, but as if you listen to the story, she said she wanted to get counseling because it kind of sounds to me like she knows she have a problem out there. She knows that this might becomes a problem, right? So let me get some counseling. She go to her auntie go get counseling. It means that she alone,
after she get married?
No, before she get married.
Before should I get advice from family and
so it is. I think it's her fear or something, or if it's not her fear, it's a problem to her.
Yeah, but
what
happened is them could have talked about it. Yes, them could have sex conversation, and then when she in the actual realize she
practical different from the theory.
Different from the theory, she just say I don't enjoy this, and then it become a problem now because yes, them talk about it, but no, when it happened on the wedding night, she realized say this is not something for me, and to me overall, I just think like she never attracted to him in her first place.
You're talking about a virgin, you know.
For them leave.
You're talking about a virgin, you know, Nick.
Both.
Right?
I don't think it's grounds,
so the
personally.
first time, I don't know, she go and tell it, she go and compare anything.
But member say she
but
get
no,
counseling,
man,
but
still from theory what she's feeling, even though at first time you still know how you feel.
Probably bodily fluids.
Theory learning, you still kind of have that kind of expectation from that counseling.
I think it's way bigger than just sex.
I think it's right. She never attracted to the guy or her husband, but
may I say, alright then, the sex apart, right? The act is over. The little cuddle, the little kiss up,
have the
little
conversation,
rub down. You know,
The
seem
hard
like she enjoyed that
conversation
either.
we had,
Like
yeah,
she say when she could have finally stomach him.
yeah.
Like
you spend 2 years in marriage
Like, should I take
and
it on
no
for sure?
improvement.
But then Nick, you know what I realized? The girl was not attracted to her husband. How can you be on the wedding night and say you were totally grossed out and you could not stomach him?
One
you
of my
weren't
coworkers
attracted to
was
him.
was off the view that I probably rape. It would have feel like a rape. Like she
Yeah.
never ready.
She never willing
Like
to let
mentally and
loose.
she never ready.
Yeah, she
And,
give
and
you.
like the man just
She unwillingly do it.
him
No.
something there
Well.
too. Him being inexperienced too would have probably just forced on himself
Just,
and
yeah, him never
you
take
know
him
feel
time
like
and
ignore
caress
or
and
whatever. So
grow
it
into the
probably
moment.
had
I
a
don't
feeling
know.
of-
Say, man, I wait
But-
from
Yeah,
19
but
how
she-
long and the man a take
cause-
time.
Our statement
I
sound
mean,
like
even if you wait from 19 how long, you still have to take your time and get into the groove because the girl is there too. She wait from 19 how long, but I'm thinking she know when you're
she's
rushing
supposed
to
to ready.
everything.
Yeah, my thing says she should already like
But you know,
before the coach say get up off a bench and warm. You know when you see the 68-minute coach ever make change, say no, say oh, my time now, so I just like warm up, you know, 'cause, you know. You go through your first dance, one bag of
God,
kiss and
Nick.
the man knock up the
So, but you
spoon.
still have to get into the. You have to set the thing stage
And
by
that
stage.
that happen at the reception when them everybody a beat up the glass and you know every minute and them a say yeah, or yeah.
So
yeah.
wait, Nick. Question. Yeah, they just go into it.
No, but may I say, it get you it that's supposed
But
to
that
help
never
you to
me
get.
nothing.
It's
More
sup-
Exactly. Say, you never run into things, and I'm saying yes. From the reception, you go high on things. You're ready for the moment come, and you want everything to be over and everything. But still, in the moment, I don't want you to just rush to the main course. Like take it stages.
Yeah, you got
Take it in stages.
transition smoothly, but whenever that, I mean, like, if if she did sexually attracted to him, right? When them a knock up the glass and them a go out thing, remember two of them inexperienced, you know how that go with.
It never get me in a no mood and no reception. Me did want to go my
she
yard.
lie.
So
Because
wait,
she
you
not
never
like
get
the
your-
public.
Me don't like it public. Me did just ready for leave.
Exactly.
So Nick did have to
Why
start
you ready
from
for leave?
scratch.
Why you ready for leave?
Not because of that.
Yeah, because
but
of
because me did just want to do it for done.
You just want to get past the
Yeah,
part if you
yeah,
just get
just wanna
to.
get
Why you
It's
want the
all
day for
alone.
done?
Sure, I'm going
Why
to
you
main
want the day
course.
for done? Yeah, cause you want to rush to the main course. Okay.
No, but me that said the reception part never get me in a no mood.
But
personally.
me I like how she said she grow so. Me I wonder like how was it now? Like them are not the glass and them for kiss like oh you
She never
share
attracted to
oh
the
share
man.
It's
if
a
she
cringe.
cringe or
Yeah,
cause she
never.
almost are how she described the whole scenario.
Whole scenario.
It sound like a rape victim as
Yeah, like,
your
you know,
coworker say
don't
like
touch me.
gross out
Mhm.
stomach and just she probably just they there
And
lay
they
down
said
her
2
weight
days
feet
after she called her
over.
auntie, I cry.
Yeah.
She's fully traumatized. This girl don't need to be in the marriage because it sounds like she don't ready at all. She's fully traumatized.
But you feel like a grounds for them separate though? Or you think how you would recommend say them how you would recommend say them work it out or work through that? Like a problem like
I
that.
wouldn't say it's grounds for them to divorce, but I would say that they need to definitely go through therapy and counseling. She first needs to have the conversation with her husband, explain what kind of trauma it is to her, explain the whole experience, tell him what she never liked. She
Yeah.
needs to have the
What she
conversation
don't
with
like.
him.
Don't do this
What
again.
caused
Me not
this,
ready for
yeah.
this.
Just take your time with me. I'm new to this. Just take your time with me. She needs to have the conversation there with him, and
But
then
it new to him, to, you know, say man might just go in that and and you see it
done.
over before she know it, you know. She never expect that like flash.
and you know she needs. And then I feel like outside of that, because it can be a very tough conversation to have. So she
Yeah.
they might have to take it to therapy and counseling. Honestly,
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
him grew up in a Jamaica, you know. Him
feel bad. Him man would
him-
affected
it
now, so him wife
mess
come
up
to
him
him.
ego.
Mhm.
And then when him hear pon the road or in the streets, oh man a talk and a brag and I say, yeah, him probably go in
Yeah.
there, him probably go in there bedroom
Just
like
feel
a
like him fit us at
like
it.
a bull.
Yeah, like
Charge.
calm down.
Him go in a room like a bull well charged up and probably at that probably spoil up the whole you know.
I mean, if he's
First-
a virgin also, him just a go in, so him the one
The man
take
just
take time at him wait for this. Him at the moment.
Man going like Adidas, all in
Him
or
not just want to take him
nothing.
look at time too.
The man not take no time. I say, he probably hear the man in the corner and say, yo. And maybe them hear him engage and say, yo, tomorrow I'm wedding and them thing then them probably a boot him up and say, yo, crippler, you know. Yo, brother, this and that. You know Jamaican males
Wait,
talk.
Nicola, can advise that your brother than you.
No, but as I say,
can
if him a
advise
hear,
him
no.
We
You
gave
did
Nick some
come out
Baba
cripple?
roots.
You did come out cripple? No, alright. That means I never them advise.
Well, you get, me did see you get Baba Roots.
Baba-
Never see
Nick
Nick
get
with
Baba
none.
And then
Roots.
me get Baba.
See Nick with no Baba Roots.
But
Alright.
But yeah,
Interesting.
understand
Alright.
Jeremiah's handwriting.
Our guest will be reading our ad today.
This video was brought to you by Impressions by Trendy, which provides quality handmade gel polish press-on nails, uniquely designed. Each set is a work of art. Packaged with 24 nail, nail file, cuticle pusher, and a nail glue, it's the perfect kit for our fashionistas. Follow them on Instagram at impressions_by trendy. So go over to Instagram and follow the page and support.
Yeah.
That's impressions_by trendy.
We'll put it in the description box below as well as on the screen below. Alright. So, the topic of the night. Alright, so tonight we're going to be talking about how different backgrounds affect marriages. You think say the background of a person can affect a marriage? How we grow up basically can affect marriages?
Definitely. I think so.
What do you think?
yes, I think so.
What do you think?
Yes, definitely
Alright, so all of it up on the same page in regards to that. Do you think that you guys had different backgrounds coming into the marriage and you think gonna grow different?
Yes, we did. We
Alright.
did. Yeah, naturally. Unless you, I think everybody have a different upbringing. No matter if they grew up on the same street, in a household, they different.
No, some persons, them have only similarities. Like you can say, two of them did a pastor's kids and, you know.
Yeah, that's true. But even if they have similarities, how it was in one person's household would have been different in the other person's household. Because them can be pastors' kids and the parents, they're different in how they hold and values and whatever. But definitely, Oshane and I had two different backgrounds in many ways. And it would, coming together, living together, it would come out in many ways. It would come out in how we do things, how we see things.
Specific examples or no? You don't have
I
to,
mean,
you don't
alright,
have
so,
to.
It can
Yes.
cause miscommunication
Yes.
Agreed,
at that
definitely.
time, because I mean, growing up, probably your father or your mother would say something to you or do a specific thing that, you know, hurt you, or that person meant it in a bad way. But when now you're in your marriage and you know your husband is not enlightened in that area to know that this thing affect you, and so what happened now, that when your husband do it not from a bad place, right, but from a good place, and that trauma would just, you know, that little thick bed, that little belly just stick in, and it like the floods of memory just come down where you see everything and it just tick you off, and probably him can't understand, and you know you just get that high and him like, what me do? What me
Yeah,
do?
cause
What
him
me
not
do?
expect him
Him not
never
expect
expect that.
But like
that
say,
reaction.
even say Oshane did not necessarily grow up with his father. I grew up with my mother and father, even though the dynamics of the relationship was not always how, as an adult now looking back, I think it should have been. But the fact is, me still always have my father in my house. Yeah, and just different things. Like my mother, you know, my mother grew me a certain way I see certain lifestyle, and some I wanted to adapt, some I did not want to adapt. And then Ocean just different. Ocean grow as a boy child, of course. Them a play football, them a out a door, them a run up and down. Different things and just different values and stuff. But like even when we married now, in our house, I would say, wait there, how you supposed to do this so? And him would have be like, what wrong with me do it this way? But somebody said something, I think it was the other night we were out, and I think it was Dimitri said, doing it a different way doesn't mean it's a wrong way. And I've come to learn that, because like even when we're in the kitchen, boy,
this son of one place a romance, you know. Me can't talk, you know, man. I'ma tell you about the place there. It's not like
that people. Technical difficulties, technological difficulties.
Yeah. But yes, guys, thank you for sticking and staying with us.
Yeah.
As I was saying, you know, some of the differences that we experience, like for example, we being in the kitchen, right? So Ocean cook differently from I. So him have him own cooking style, I have my cooking style. Sometimes I go in the kitchen and I say, that add up, and him go tell me something to come out in the kitchen. And if him come in the kitchen and ask me, I say, exit the kitchen, bye. Wait until I finish cooking, get it in like, don't come.
Food still got taste good at the end of the day. Me do it this way, you do it that way.
Biggest chef in the house.
Where? Do not do that. Do not do that. Hello, please, do not do that. Anyways.
Still learning, guys. Still learning.
Where? Please.
So them always love going like
big up my nice, clean mother from a long time. Big up yourself. Yeah. So, like, we have differences like that, like cooking styles, how we even clean the house, parenting. We're not parents as yet, but we even talk about parenting styles, and sometimes my views differ from his. And we just want to see how that play out when we actually have kids. But your background, your upbringing can, of course, determine how marriage will be for you.
Like when me did just come, well, give my example. When me just come up here, me did kind of grow up in a household where we never rich, but we never poor. I was poor.
Okay.
So like for come here and I turn off light everywhere back at me. Nick on the other hand, him always claims him never have it. I don't know how true that is, cause all I'm friend them saying did rich. No, Ocean.
A rich man.
Alright. But him always say him never have it like that. So every walk me walk, him back at me and Jay, you can't turn off the light then, turn off the light in the house, blah blah blah. Because you learn to conserve and cause me never really have pay bills, and it wasn't really an issue. Like growing up for say, you know, your light bill too high, coach try conserve whatever. Then same thing with food in the kitchen for you cook too. Like, he always say, I want a big family can ever cook one bag of food.
Me too,
brother, Mama talk about the part, you know. My time now. So, as she say, yeah, me have for conserve. If I don't need to spend extra money, I not go spend it to get JPS and water commission, right? If Jay go in the kitchen and Jay see 12 banana, Zin, mind you,
the whole 12 and
whole 12 are going in a pot.
What you eat them though?
So you are eat
brother,
and she eat six.
Brother, of course, enough time
so
them waste.
So one question. So Jay I cook banana and what else? Other food is in there?
Banana go in a pot. Dumpling go in a pot. Pumpkin go in a pot. Sweet potato go in a pot.
So what cook tomorrow?
Yam go in a pot. Brother.
Wait, but Nick, Ocean cook a lot of food too, because me always tell him, say, Ocean just cook for you and
no, that's
me.
A lie. That's a lie.
No.
That is
me
a
say,
lie.
Nick,
No.
and if the food in the fridge with
that is a lie.
Wait, people, if
No.
the food in the fridge more than 2 days, Ocean don't want it. I mean, don't like see the food waste, because you know, see inflation on the food prices.
You have to be honest, you know.
No.
be honest. You're Christian. You
No,
have to be
remember say
honest.
you are Christian.
You have to be
Me say
honest.
people, Ocean, I always say Ocean cook enough for cook, because I carry food to work. Cook enough for me just carry food to work and we have dinner.
Dinner alone,
Please.
yeah.
The bag of left over in the fridge, and me say it pain me hard, because 2 days later the food in there, that's in the fridge too long.
This only forced me to create a YouTube channel and vlog my life, right? This only a force because I mean have a YouTube channel, you know. Them would have say, she overcooked,
what
you know.
other day with the chicken, you tell me say that in the fridge too long.
Overcook.
You tell me say it in the fridge too long and you
But
not
it
eat it.
down in the fridge because it was a lot of food cooked. It wasn't a lot of food
So what
cooked
happened
at
then?
that time.
Because me eat, you eat,
You
and me.
did not eat it. You did
Me
not.
never eat dinner.
Yes, you did not.
Of course, I what that you
Okay.
talk about. Anyways, people, me just cannot deal with me. I told you I eat what the bag of food for, and then the food I got dash
Food to
away.
serve a few weeks.
Shani
No.
waste food. Shani
Me no waste food
Yeah,
because
Shani
honest
waste food for two
people-
people. Me know say Shani waste
Wait,
food.
wait, no, I don't
Me
eat a
always
lot
say
at
no.
once, but me no waste food.
Shani, when we go out,
If me and Shani husband, me not spend my money on food with Shani because Shani don't eat food.
No, me no eat a lot at once. Me,
buy
I
her food, she just
don't.
eat 2 pieces of meat out of it and that's it. She not
Dash
bother
away.
one that. She not even carry home that, you know. That a dash it to the dogs. And Leo I get that, you know.
People. No, but supermarket bill are one of the highest bill for the month, you know. So me no like when the food dash
Yes,
away.
for
Me no
sure.
like it.
See,
It is a
Uh,
But you
serious.
see, me now waste the food.
J,
But no food for cook.
But Jay
Jay,
eat a lot.
no.
If-
the food I go
me,
waste.
as
So
long
mama
as the
tell
food
you,
not dash away,
mama
it
tell you,
good.
mama tell you. If what, yeah, if you put if you say we
You
cook
wanna
for
eat the
2
same
days,
food 3 days
no,
straight?
no.
We
So we
eat
are
the
cook
same
it for
Cook it,
2.
so cooking no
Wait
fit
no,
to 1 or 2
wait no,
days then.
wait no. Jay I go cook. She no match out too much days she a cook for now. Jay just a take up on a dash in her pot. See there? Just a dash in her pot, dash in her pot.
And
When
the
you
food
look,
waste me.
we have a pressure cooker pot with tall, but this tall, brother. When you look, the pot full of food, brother.
Two
Like
person.
we are
2
cook,
person.
like we are cook for 4
But me not cook every
2
day.
adults
She a cook
and
for
2
the whole-
Me a cook
teenager.
for couple days.
No,
for the
she
whole
cook for
village.
2 days cause she cook alright. Dinner, we eat dinner in the night, right? 12 banana. Me only want 2 in the night. Cause yam there, pumpkin there,
dumpling.
sweet potato there. So when much more banana me can eat?
You only want 2 again.
And me go want 2 again, right? And she probably take 1. And that they say big trouble there, you know. She go take 1 and she go say, oh, she probably don't want this, so she take 1. She take less cause she watch what she eat. Me not watch me eat, so me I eat everything on that pot, but little like everything. So when you check it out,
The food they are go waste.
8
Yeah.
banana left back. How much piece of pumpkin left back? I mean, I say, Jay, at this
When you
it
see
come.
Nick Marga, you see say I know me not feed him. You see how much food me cook
People-
for and him not eat it.
No, but I
alright?
try
Me I go
to
cook, me cook a
What
little
food you
bit.
waste with ear, not
Now
cook, you
waste
waste.
it now.
Because one thing with me tonight, me can't eat back like, alright, me eat it for dinner, me eat it for lunch, I do not want it again. Like, me don't want it back for dinner, me don't want it tomorrow again, me don't want it. So, me I go try to make sure I say, alright, when me I cook, my match so it say, it will serve for this and me I go carry it out. Because it just, me just know, me not go want it back and me don't want the food waste. I do not want the food to waste. It pain me, and my mother always tell me this to Nick. So when me dash from me go want it back in a
Nick,
food.
yeah.
I don't know if it's true,
But
but
you always a dash
she
of food,
always
though.
tell me that, and that's why
But
me
that
not. It
never
always
originate,
pain. It always pain me. That's why me tell her to cook little bit of food
But I went to go road, go buy food, you always dash you the food.
because me not eat a
Because,
lot at once.
So why you dash it away?
Me not me.
She not carry home, go put it
Yeah,
down.
me not me.
So she know I cook a lot of food then.
I don't cook a lot of food. I do not cook a lot of food.
So people, them are kind of differences here
Yeah.
because when I say things, me don't know if when we have kids we are go cook two times or we cook now because apparently we just can't match out what is enough for two or we alone.
Gia accounts teacher so suppose can balance it, the food pot. That means say balance it. See no matter with it. So
What are some other differences though?
It is a serious thing. How you grow up, and it can really affect your marriage.
Yeah, true.
It's a lot of things that, very simple, but can cause big damage
Yeah.
in your marriage. So, like for one of them in my marriage that I think it caused something really big, is my wife now. She used to sleep with her mother, and
Okay.
her mother would always
true.
cuddle her while she asleep,
Yeah.
right throughout the night. But for me, I love my own space while sleeping. So Really and truly,
By
yeah,
yourself.
we
Sprawl
You never sleep with
yeah,
nobody.
just to sleep by myself, so we just
If
spread
sleep
out
by
and
yourself, so you just
everything.
sprawl out and everything.
Right, so in the marriage, I knew that that would become a problem. So what I do is ask my wife to grace me, gentle people. That's what I did. Ask my wife to grace me
Man, I want a cuddling
throughout
wife.
that season, right, until I get it right. But I did not receive any grace. So maybe I should not talk on gracefully truth about this topic, right? Because I
beg
never
to
get
That's a
no grace
fantastic
from her.
point, though, you know.
I beg to differ.
In regards to speaking about things, because we can know how we grow up and talk about it, and in the relationship, talk about things and say what you expect, or this is how I am, etc. But when you're actually in the situation,
it's
now,
a different
Different
thing.
it's a
thing.
different thing.
Different
Even though
thing.
you
Same,
hear
same like
about
the
it,
when him they
and
would
you
just
were-
talk about the girl
Yeah,
in
the
our
theory
marriage.
versus practical.
Yeah, so she
Right,
going,
yeah.
she them talk about it, and them going, yo, it's a whole different
It's a whole
world.
different vibe.
It's a whole
Because
different-
the truth is, like, I think I have a very beautiful relationship with my mother. Me just really love it, and me and my mother is as big as high school. If me go home right now, me and her sleep cuddle up. So me and my mother just
Hey, you have your husband, you have your husband.
leave
None of
and
that.
cleave, leave and cleave.
So me and my mother know. My mother not let me go throughout the night. We cuddle up, we wrap up, we cuddle up and sleep till the morning. No.
Me your father, me kick you off of the bed.
Get a lot of premiums for that, you know.
Me
And
come
if-
now.
Throughout the night, I want to go to the bathroom, and I just barely take off her hand. The next morning, why you take your hand off? Why did you do this?
So for
They
true.
get that too, but I know,
Yeah.
I know, cause how we grow different.
Me
I
say me
sleep by
can't.
myself.
No, Ocean just did sleep by himself, and him a go cuddle me if he go to my bed, you know. But in the middle of the night, he might roll over to Fim side and all
But
of them
that's what
things
me can't
there.
understand. Like, it's like, me no conscience of when me in my sleep, like we say, okay, me I roll to the left and roll to the
Yeah.
right. Why it becomes a big deal? Same
A style
way.
him a use. You know when the baby them
No.
want you sleep with them, and when them jump asleep, you just take time, slide out of bed, and that him a do to you, Sean. And that him a do.
No, sneak out good
No,
enough
no,
cause
no.
she wake and
Nick,
feel
Nick,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, me always
Nick,
feel.
when you
Yes, once
turn.
him turn, Nick, me feel when him let me go. I once him turn, and then me I say so what's so hard now? People, me know them they tell me, and me know, but in the moment, me I say no, what's so hard for you just cuddle? What's so hard? Me want cuddle straight throughout the night.
Sometimes you want a little breather, you know, like summertime now, my wife can't expect no bug of cuddle,
Say, Nick,
cuddle,
don't me up at night time
cuddle
now,
for,
you know?
cuddle for
And me
winter,
hurt
we
in
now
the- me hurt in the morning when me get up, me hurt.
cuddlings are for winter, we now have no winters,
you
but
for
you will
up
get
me
it in a December, January,
No,
February,
not even then. Sometime I roll over.
but no,
Hey, what Jeremiah, just buy an AC, him now have no excuse.
Excuse.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that man
true,
go do
true.
Put an AC on the bill.
But in the morning, for true, me wake up and somehow like my mind register, like me remember when me put my leg and him take it off. My mind just register. All of me did in my sleep. Me just wake up and me say, you remember last time when I take off my leg off of you, what did I go on this so?
no sir.
It's a thing for real. But that's why communication is something. Although constant reminding, sometimes we have to grace them for true, Sean. And them, like how them,
Never
them
get
fi
none of
grace,
that.
them
I
for grace
did.
with for true.
Shanna know that.
In terms of, and remember say we are trying to build our own unit, you
True.
know.
Yeah,
So some
one
of the things them
partnership.
where we would have learned from our household and where you would have learned from yours. Sometimes we have to go just get
We
rid
have
of
to
two
drop
of them.
it, yeah,
And it's why we
and
make
build-
our own traditions,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
As
true.
well.
in order for it work
That's
and
true.
compromise. Because growing up with differences is a lot.
Yeah.
Mentally, it's a lot.
You can imagine two-person group totally different come live together.
Come live together, yeah.
One leave them shoes outside, one wear them shoes inside of the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, when me just
One-
come up here, me never used to wear shoes out the door. And they can say, yeah, wear your barefoot, go out the door. And then come back in the house, conduct your people on the floor. And me I say, why big deal? And me grow country and me walk up and down out the door with my barefoot
Barefoot,
all the while. Or sometimes I just have to compromise. So for
And it
please him, I have to
irks
make
me.
it stop in eyes. You know, me start wear shoes out
Yeah.
the door.
One
And
tradition.
now it come like me can't wear barefoot
Barefoot
out the door
outside,
again.
can you
Can you
get
get
used
used to it? Yeah.
It said hurt him.
Inside Urkim, yes.
Jesus.
Extra.
One tradition that I think we break is that or at least I let go of. So my mother very traditional. So like all on a Sunday, rice and peas have to cook. You have to have this and meat and this and meat. She have to do blended juice and all of these things. Very traditional in that way. Me think me break that. So some Sundays it not gonna be rice and peas and them things. Some Sunday I just what we feel like. Some Sundays are just because I'm tired and every Sunday I cook rice and peas. But even though me think say me not have a fussy husband like or she not fussy about like if food him not gonna say me have to eat this and this. As long as him cook with food the day and him eat. But him have this good thing about him now. If him not eat rice and peas 2-3 weeks, you hear about a long time not eat no real Sunday food.
A long time you don't eat no real Sunday
A long
dinner.
time not eat no real Sunday dinner.
I think I grew the same way where my mommy, my mommy would have cook like I almost can't tell what I cook which day. Say you have a vegetable day where you probably are gonna get pak chow, kalaloo, greens.
And me I opposite. Me
and
never grow
soup,
so.
you know, say soup on Saturday. Friday I eat out day.
Eat
So
I love the
day,
routine
But
thing.
eat out days never on a Sunday. One time Jay say, oh, I go buy KFC. Me I say, what? That Sunday we are talking about which KFC?
Nick, you know, me get that
That's how
culture
me
shock
grow.
there, yeah. Me get that culture shock there when me just move to Kingston and I live with my auntie. Like, at first, it's so strange. Me have to call my mother, like, me see them eat anything, Island Grill, KFC pan Sunday. Me say, what? That is forbidden. My mother would have never eat KFC pan Sunday. Sunday, you mad? That is not a eat out day.
Yeah.
And anything we feel for on a Sunday, I eat a cook or I eat a buy. Anything, any day of the week, anything we feel for, my mother feel for porridge on a Sunday, and the whole of we want porridge and we no mind, she a cook the porridge.
That
pan
would
the
have
Sunday,
never happened in
the
my
Sunday
mother
dinner.
household.
That's how me grow.
I
We
met
can't
her.
bother with the routine, the thing. You get tired of it
Yeah,
after a
man,
while,
understand.
man.
And
'cause
that's
Yeah.
true.
the
You
rice
get
and
tired of
peas
it as
thing,
well.
other day, me say me not cook no rice. Me tired of rice. And a food me cook on the Sunday. Food. Yeah, me
Oh, yeah.
can't
Me
bother
break
with it.
away
I
from
look
that
like
too.
you alone plan that, so you not even say, okay, Nick, you not cook no
No
rice.
man, me say
She
to him, and
console
as
me.
me say him not fussy, just like you, him not really fussy. But me say to him, say you know, me not really feel for no rice
But
today, you know.
Nick no get rice and peas in 1 month. See if he no feel like he no get no real
And
dinner.
you feel like I
Me
said,
no
I feel for true.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what I react.
Oh gosh. Alright, so what would be your recommendation to couples where just married, about to live together, we come from completely, totally different backgrounds?
I would personally say be patient with your partner. It will not be easy to learn the differences and accept them. But you have to be patient. You have to go grace the person, even though my husband said I did not grace him. You have to grace the person. You have to be patient. You have to take it one step at a time. Understand that as going back to the quote, different ways does not mean that it is wrong. Just accept that this is how the person was grown. You might not like it, and you can say, I don't like it, but just do it in a respectful way. Understand, say, we're not wrong, but we just do things differently because of our upbringing.
Yeah.
So be patient with the person, because over time, we're not going to gel in with how we do things, and it's going to become easier.
True.
I would agree with my wife, and to add to that, ensure that you have proper communication about your background and highlight the difference, the ones that you also think that would cause, damage in your marriage. I think for us, we highlight some of them. Not all. You're not gonna get all of them. So don't kill yourself for that.
True.
Yeah.
But what you see, just jot it down. Just say it to the person. Just say it to the person, and wanna work on it together. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be challenging. But at the end of the day, teamwork make the dream work.
Teamwork made the dream
So
work.
communicate about them, highlight them, and work on
And
them.
work on them, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I would say probably you should go not thinking too much about how you or your parents do stuff, because it embedded in us, because we grow the parents for much years, and then you come out, you move out also. Now you expect people to do things like your parents. They're
So
not your
live your own
parents.
marriage.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They are
Live your own marriage.
they are not your parents, so we shouldn't expect it, and
True, I agree, Nick.
we should be gently in how
Nick, you have to go dash for the
communicative.
Friday, no,
Sunday,
eating.
Sunday no
Sunday
eating.
no eating out there then.
We can't eat ice cream out, man.
That's so funny, because what works for your parents might not work for your
you.
marriage.
As
True.
well,
Right.
pointer.
So find no work for you.
The man a drop gems, you know, hear that, man? The man a drop gems. Yeah, so just know, say, the man your parents, don't expect them to come in at the marriage and do it like how you see your great grandmother and grandmother do it. And, just write on your own book. Write your own book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't leave me with nothing to say. Don't leave me with nothing to say. But that big C word there, compromise and communication to them, very,
Key.
very important. Very, very important when you come on to finding out about it, no lifestyle, and trying to find some middle ground for you to come together and make things work. At the end of the day, that it is easier said than done. But when you're in it, it can be done. As them
Amen.
say, teamwork make the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it can be done. All right. Any takeaways? What stood out to you guys? Last thing, and then we wrap up.
What stood out to me most is really the pointers that we were making about. As I said, I'm going to say this point over and over because it just rings so much truth for me. Is that so? My biggest takeaway would be not because you do it differently means it is wrong. And I really believe that we have to respect that. It's almost like difference in opinions, but respecting the person's opinion. It don't mean that because the person do it differently, it is wrong. So that's my biggest takeaway from our session.
All right.
All right. So for me, the takeaway that I would run with tonight is grace. Whatever it is, deal with it gracefully.
Amen.
Right. Nick.
I would say just be that team player in the marriage. So when or if that player fails, you'd make up. You just be there to back up that person. So you both would have each other's back. Yeah.
Right. And we know saying no, we not grow together or grow alike. So you have to expect differences. It's inevitable for differences come about or arise. So as we say, just compromise and make your own
Spice up your marriage.
traditions. Yeah, make your own traditions. Newness, bring newness to it.
Newness and
no
spice
watch nobody
in every
else where
area.
you come from. But make a part for where you go. Yeah, that's my takeaway. So thank you so much to the Evans for coming.
You're welcome.
We should do this again.
Yes,
very
we should.
soon.
We should. We have a lot to talk about.
Whole
Yes.
heap can't
Okay,
done.
so the next topic that we're going to talk about.
I don't want to know.
Only stay tuned for that one
Stay
day.
tuned for that one
Okay,
day.
all
Tell
right.
them. Remember to like. What is them? to
Share, subscribe,
do? Comment. Yeah.
and
all
tell
of that.
everybody about it.
Everybody about the Graceful Truth podcast. We'll
Yeah,
see
you
you
want
next
to
week.
hear about young marriages. You want to understand how we are figure out how things are go.
Yeah.
And if you want to stay tuned, you might see a session where we talk about the spicy things there, Yeah.
Don't be grossed out.
All right. See you guys next week, Wednesday. Bye.
Peace. Jesus, please.